I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people.
You meaning record company guys sit around and tell the artists, this is hot, say that, do this. We're gonna have this guy write the lyrics.
All right, my loves, let's break this down. We're talking about the biggest names in the game, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and their longtime connection to Diddy. Now, we all know Diddy's been in some serious hot water lately, but what if there's more to this story than meets the eye?
Now you got the Diddy situation where he jumps on a private jet, they say yesterday, and is on his way to the Cape Verde Islands.
Y'all, Diddy's arrest has shaken Hollywood to its core, but here's the real tea. What if it's not just about Diddy? What if there are deeper connections involving the power couple themselves, Jay-Z and Beyoncé? Are they helping to cover for Diddy, or are they protecting their own secrets? Now, let me introduce you to the man who's pulling back the curtain on all of this. Ice Cube. That's right, one of the most respected figures in hip-hop is spilling the beans, and honey, it's juicy. Ice Cube has been in the game for decades, and he's seen it all, but unlike some of his peers, he's always managed to stay out of the drama, until now. With Diddy's empire crumbling, Ice Cube is stepping up to share what he's known all along, and it's shocking.
I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all gotta deal with.
Now let's talk about Diddy's arrest for a hot minute. This isn't just about one man going down, it's about an entire system that's been in place for years. We're talking about a world where power, influence, and money let people get away with almost anything. Hip-hop used to be about talent and building a legacy, but now it's looking more like a house of cards, and Diddy might just be the first domino to fall.
Clients describe MDC as hell, as the worst conditions they've been in.
As this Diddy situation unfolds, everyone's wondering about the people who've been by his side all these years. I'm talking about Jay-Z and Beyoncé, two of the most powerful figures in the industry. They've been in the same circle as Diddy for years, and now people are asking, have they been helping to cover up his misdeeds? And if so, what else might they be hiding? This is where Ice Cube's insights come in. And besties, they're eye-opening. Cube has never been part of that inner circle, that elite club that seems untouchable. But he's been watching, and now he's speaking up, calling out not just Diddy, but Jay-Z and Beyoncé too. Now let's rewind the clock and look at the history between Jay-Z and Diddy. These two go way back, and their relationship has always seemed like a bromance made in hip-hop heaven. But now, it's starting to look a little shady.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
To really understand what's going on, we need to go back to when Jay-Z was still climbing the ladder to success. Remember his rivalry with 50 Cent? It wasn't just about who had the better rhymes. This was a battle for the crown of New York hip-hop. But here's where things get interesting. When Jay-Z and 50 Cent collaborated on that I Get Money remix with Diddy, rumors started flying. Word on the street is that 50 uncovered some dirt on both Diddy and Jay-Z during that collab, which made him take a step back.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right?
Now let's talk about Jay-Z's rise to the top. Sure, he's talented, but some people think there's more to his success story than just skills and business smarts. We're talking about some seriously shady stuff, besties. Let's start with his relationships with women. There have been rumors for years about Jay-Z manipulating younger women in the industry. Take Foxy Brown, for example. When Jay-Z first started working with her, she was young, and there were whispers that their relationship wasn't strictly professional. Some reports even suggest that Jay-Z paid her to keep quiet about their alleged affair. And who backed up these rumors? None other than Jay-Z's former business partner, Dame Dash. Now, Dame and Jay go way back. They built Rockefeller Records together, but things went south between them. According to Dame, one of the reasons for their split was Jay-Z's questionable behavior with women.
Celebrity couple. We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to be celebrities.
That's beautiful.
Like real people.
Yeah.
Dame Dash has been pretty vocal about his issues with Jay-Z, especially when it comes to Jay's refusal to cut ties with R. Kelly. When R. Kelly's behavior was exposed, many expected Jay-Z to distance himself. But instead, Jay doubled down, collaborating with Kelly on their joint album, The Best of Both Worlds. This decision didn't sit well with Dame, who was dating Aaliyah at the time and had seen firsthand the damage Kelly had done to her.
By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah
Yeah.
and Beyonce's solo career was struggling?
Now let's talk about the parallels between Jay-Z's behavior and Diddy's treatment of women. Remember Diddy's relationship with Cassie? He started dating her when she was just 19, promising her the world. But instead, it seems like he derailed her career and manipulated her personal life. Jay-Z's alleged relationship with Foxy Brown mirrors this, as does his reported interest in Aaliyah. Aaliyah was young, talented, and beautiful, and Jay-Z supposedly pursued her relentlessly. But unlike Foxy and Cassie, Aaliyah didn't give in to Jay's advances. She turned him down time and time again. Sadly, we all know Aaliyah's tragic ending. She passed away in a plane crash in 2001, a loss that shook the entire music industry. But ever since her passing, rumors have swirled about whether her demise was truly an accident. Some have suggested that powerful figures in the industry, including Diddy and R. Kelly, were involved in her untimely death.
They were having a hard time taking her solo. And then Aaliyah.
These rumors might sound far-fetched, but when you start connecting the dots, things get even more suspicious. After Aaliyah rejected Jay-Z's advances, he turned his attention to someone else, Beyoncé. Beyoncé was young, just like Aaliyah, Foxy, and Cassie, when Jay-Z first showed interest in her. In an interview with Charlie Rose, Jay-Z even admitted that he met Beyoncé when she was 16, but waited until she was 18 before pursuing her romantically. But some people, like Beyoncé's former bodyguard Uncle Ron, believe there's more to the story. According to Uncle Ron, Jay-Z didn't just wait until Beyoncé was of age to pursue her. He allegedly introduced her to certain substances to make her more pliable and easier to control. This allegation is eerily similar to what Cassie has said about Diddy, who allegedly gave her substances that took over her life and made her dependent on him. Uncle Ron didn't stop there. He also claimed that Jay-Z and Beyoncé have used some pretty shady tactics to climb to the top. One of the most shocking claims is that Beyoncé played a role in ending Carrie Hilson's career. For those who don't remember, Carrie Hilson was an up-and-coming artist who had a lot of promise, but her career seemed to stall after she made a comment about Beyoncé.
This is what I look for. When I see a success, I'm looking for anything to say that they didn't do it on their own. Yeah.
It's hard to imagine that someone as powerful as Beyoncé would need to resort to such tactics, but in the cutthroat world of Hollywood, anything is possible. As Uncle Ron put it, Beyoncé and Jay-Z have stepped on many people to get where they are today, and they're not afraid to take out anyone who threatens their reign at the top. Now let's talk about Kathy White. You might remember her as the woman who was reportedly involved with Jay-Z back in the early 2000s. This relationship wasn't just a quick fling, it allegedly had serious consequences that went way beyond what anyone could have imagined. Kathy White was a friend of Claudia Jordan from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She wasn't someone who was constantly in the public eye, but once rumors began circulating that she was romantically linked to Jay-Z, things got intense. According to multiple reports, Kathy was pregnant with Jay-Z's child. Can you imagine the chaos that could have caused? Especially considering Jay was married to Beyoncé at the time, and they were seen as the ultimate power couple. Officially, Kathy's cause of death was reported as a brain aneurysm.
But what I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time.
But let's be real for a second. When something like this happens in the world of entertainment, especially when it's linked to a major celebrity, conspiracy theories start swirling fast. And in Kathy's case, they didn't just fade away quietly. Rumors began flying that there was more to her passing than what was being reported. Some people even speculated that her tragic demise might have been a cover-up, with insiders claiming there were suspicious circumstances surrounding her sudden end. Hollywood Street King, one of the outlets that broke the story, reported that Kathy had been in touch with Jay-Z shortly before her passing. According to them, Kathy allegedly threatened to expose their relationship to the public unless Jay paid her a hefty amount of money to stay quiet. She was said to be ready to reveal everything about their affair, about her pregnancy, everything that would have shattered Jay-Z's carefully crafted image as the faithful husband of Queen Bey.
You can be in love with someone, you can love someone and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications.
But here's where things get even sketchier. Just days after Beyoncé announced that she was expecting her first child with Jay-Z, Kathy White passed away. The timing was almost too convenient, and people couldn't help but wonder if Kathy's passing had been orchestrated to keep her quiet for good. To make things even more mysterious, an unnamed NYPD detective allegedly confirmed that Kathy's passing wasn't as straightforward as it seemed. While the official cause was reported as a brain aneurysm, this detective claimed that the toxicology report and autopsy revealed something more sinister was at play. But of course, nothing ever came of it. These things have a way of disappearing when powerful people are involved. Now, Kathy White's story isn't the only one casting a shadow over Jay-Z's legacy. Over the years, more and more people have come forward with stories about Jay-Z's shady behavior, and one of the loudest voices has been Jaguar Wright.
We kept it on the low because I was young. You didn't know that, Sean.
Jaguar Wright is a singer who worked with Jay-Z back in the early 2000s, most notably performing on his MTV Unplugged album. But Jaguar's ties to Jay-Z go way beyond just music. She's been speaking out for years about the things she's seen and heard in the industry, and her claims about Jay-Z are downright disturbing. Jaguar has gone on record to say that Jay-Z's rise to fame wasn't just the result of hard work and talent. According to her, Jay-Z was involved in some pretty dark stuff behind the scenes, including connections to some unsolved tragedies. One of the most shocking claims she's made involves the death of rapper Big L. For those who don't know, Big L was an up-and-coming rapper in the 90s, and his life was tragically cut short in 1999. His case remains unsolved, and many people believe that his death was part of a larger conspiracy involving some of the biggest names in hip-hop. Jaguar has hinted that Jay-Z might have been connected to Big L's tragedy, suggesting that Jay had ties to people who were willing to take out anyone who stood in the way of his rise to the top.
And somewhat, some social engineering going on here to make sure those prisons stay full. Now,
but Jaguar's accusations don't stop there. She's also claimed that Jay-Z has been a regular at Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, events that are now under investigation for serious allegations, including trafficking. According to Jaguar, these parties were more than just wild Hollywood events. They were places where some of the most powerful people in the industry would gather and engage in highly questionable behavior. And here's the kicker. Jaguar claims that these parties weren't just for fun. They were allegedly used as leverage to blackmail celebrities into doing things they otherwise wouldn't do, ensuring their loyalty to the inner circle of Hollywood's elite.
Actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
Now let's talk about 50 Cent for a minute. You know 50 always likes to stir the pot, and he's been vocal about his suspicions regarding Jay-Z's involvement in some of these scandals. Recently, 50 announced that he's working on a documentary aimed at exposing the truth about Diddy and the people who have enabled him for years. And while the documentary is primarily focused on Diddy's shady dealings, 50 has hinted that Jay's name might come up as well. In fact, 50 posted a meme of Jay-Z on a milk carton with a caption suggesting that Jay-Z has been dodging questions about his connection to Diddy. 50 Cent isn't one to make baseless claims, and if he's suggesting that Jay-Z has something to hide, people are going to listen.
Is it really a conspiracy if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kind of tragedy over and over?
Now, here's something interesting to think about. There's been a lot of talk lately about Jay-Z's identity, both in terms of his influence and his personal life. Recently, there have been rumors circulating about Jay-Z's orientation, with some people drawing connections between Jay and the late artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. Basquiat was famously open about who he was, and Jay-Z has referenced him many times throughout his career. In fact, Jay even rapped in his song Picasso Baby that he's the new Jean-Michel. While some fans see this as a simple homage to Basquiat's influence on Jay-Z's artistry, others have speculated that Jay's admiration for Basquiat runs deeper than just surface-level inspiration.
If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some motherfuckers keep getting?
right.
Now let's not forget about Diddy in all of this. His complicated identity isn't a new topic. Over the years, there have been whispers about his private life, including allegations made by former employees of Bad Boy Records who claimed that Diddy had created a hostile work environment. One of the most shocking claims was that Diddy allegedly propositioned a male colleague inappropriately, adding more fuel to the rumors.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
So, besties, here's the big question. How deep does this all go? Could Jay-Z and Beyoncé really have been covering for Diddy all along? And if so, what else might they be hiding? Diddy's recent arrest might just be the tip of the iceberg, and if Ice Cube, Jaguar Wright, and 50 Cent have anything to say about it, Jay-Z could be next in line to face the consequences of his actions. What do you think about all these wild claims? Do you believe Ice Cube's insights? Could this be just the beginning of a bigger industry shakeup? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because you know your girl loves to hear what you think. Remember, my loves, while it's fun to speculate, we need to take everything with a grain of salt until we see some hard evidence. But one thing's for sure, this scandal is far from over, and it's bound to shake up Hollywood in a big way. That's all for now, besties. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more piping hot tea. And remember, in a world where you can be anything, be kind, even to celebrities who might be caught in a web of their own making. Until next time, this is Hot Gossip signing off. Bye! Signing off. Bye!